done it! I cannot believe it! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again!
Hello everyone, we are Through on Goal, a podcast where we talk about football and pretty much nothing else. My name is Sam, and as always, I am joined by my co-host and very best friend, Elliot Clifford. Hello, Elliot.
Hello, Sam.
Didn't try and catch you at that time, it's Christmas.
No. Yeah.
How was your week?
Well, Alexa's just tried to... No, shut up, Alexa. Are we going to keep this in, or are we going to... Let's just keep it rolling. Yeah, my
it's
week.
just the start. We're literally a minute 15 into recording, and already you're like, should we keep that in? Come on.
But, yeah, how's my week been? Busy, and, yeah, not feeling very Christmassy. But, yeah, how's your week been?
It's been all right, yeah.
Yeah? Good.
Yeah. Nothing much has happened, really.
Yeah.
Can't think of anything off the top of my head. So, let's start. Well, only one place I think to start, and it's your favourite team, Leeds United. Now, I find that they are just so entertaining to watch because they score loads, they concede loads. They're just a team that's like, I know you enjoy this side of watching them because obviously happy days for you. Yeah. But they just seem like a team that just say F it, you know. If we're losing by this, we're winning by this, we still play the exact same way. And obviously it's the first meeting between Man United and Leeds in a fairly long time. So
16,
it was always
17 years, yeah.
So it has some hype behind it, you know, with rivalry, that big rivalry. Or in the league anyway, they face each other in like League Cups and Jermaine Beckford scored a goal,
Beckford's
I remember.
The one name, remember, yep.
But wasn't quite expecting 6-2 to be the scoreline. And I wasn't quite expecting Scott Mctominay to become the first Premier League player in history to score 2 goals in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's a great stat, isn't it? And
it's an incredible stat.
Who'd have thought Scott Mctominay? I mean, it was really well taken, both of the goals. One was sort of curling into the bottom corner from the edge of the box, and the other one, it reminded me of that Fernando Torres goal at the Nou Camp where he took it past the keeper, but it was that similar kind of first touch.
Oh, and Gary Neville-ism.
Yeah, and it was the same corner, but yeah, what a goal. What a couple of minutes for him. He very, very nearly got a perfect hat-trick in the second half.
Yeah, he did, header at the back post. I mean, his all-round performance that game was brilliant. Now, Let's face it, he was looking for Bruno Fernandes with his assist. He weren't looking for James. Mm-hmm. But James's quick-thinking touch around the player and got quite fairly lucky with the finish through Meslier's legs. Good goal, I think, good goal all round. And I can't remember watching it. That was probably one of the most enjoyable games I've watched this season, to be fair. I think.
Oh, I enjoyed
it. Other than the obviously Tottenham side, obviously beating United 6, beating United at Old Trafford. So yes, your thoughts on the game, Elliot?
The game
non-biased talk on the game.
So the game, in truth, the game was over before it really started, wasn't it? It was 2-0 in 3 minutes. It was 3-0 not long after, and maybe that's what made it a more entertaining game because it really opened up. And I mean, in truth, it could have been 10. I don't think like United had. No. I think it was 11 or 12 shots on target. Meslier, who I really don't rate, had a series of very good saves in the second half. I think he made something like 3 or 4 good saves in the space of a couple of minutes. But what really
imagine if Bamford could hit the target.
He had a cracking chance, didn't he?
Yeah.
He put it maybe 7 or 8 yards wide.
If he could work, like it's hard to say. He scored 9 goals this season. You can't really take away the fact that you can't finish, but finishing like that, game probably would have been different. So
What really annoyed me is the way the Sky commentators were praising the Leeds. Like, it's entertaining to watch, but you shouldn't be praising a team for losing by 4 goals.
Yeah.
It was...
Also, as well, Martin Tyler said the commentary, like, in previous years, Leeds have been like, everyone hates Leeds apart from Leeds fans, and now they've become quite lovable. And I'm like,
no, they haven't.
Really? You clearly don't listen to us every Tuesday, Martin.
Yeah, but they kept banging on about how amazing Leeds are, how great they are, and they've just lost 6-2. If that was any other team in the country, if say West Brom had lost 6-2 to Villa in the late kickoff, they wouldn't be going, oh, how well did West Brom play?
I'm pretty sure, I don't mean to bring this up, but it's the first thing that came to my head. You know when Liverpool lost 7-2? Don't remember much praise being heaped on the Liverpool side when they've just been on the end of that kind of thrashing. So, and like Crystal Palace either. I don't think everyone said, oh yeah, Crystal Palace played quite well though.
They're entertaining to watch, and it was proven because obviously there was the midweek round of fixtures this week as well. And over the course of those 2 games, Newcastle at home and Man United away, they've been involved in 15 goals in 180 minutes of football. Which, it's great to watch. It is entertaining. But
they've conceded the most goals in the Premier League this season.
They've conceded 5 more goals than Sheffield United,
who haven't won a game.
Yeah, but it is entertaining to watch. But I don't get this whole Leeds loving thing. Yeah, I mean, they're safely going to stay up, I can pretty safely say.
No, I'm confident they'll stay up, yeah.
But I don't think that they're going to be pushing top half Europa places, anything like that, or at least not yet. But yeah, the game was over as soon as it started, really.
No, Lana put on a bet. You know the Sky Bet yes, no. We bet responsibly. Yeah. You know those yes, no questions. One of the questions.
Did she say no to will Scott Mctominay score a bracing?
If anyone has put that bet on, I want to see the bet slip of McTominay score a brace. Just a brace in general, just a whole 90 minutes. But obviously she struggled so much with the will Man United win. And obviously Man United, within the first 3 minutes of 2-0 up, you're thinking, yeah. But one of the questions was, will there be 2+ goals in the first half? She said no.
Oh, no.
We lost the bet within 3 minutes. McTominay decides he wants to be prime, Iniesta, Scholes, everything, and loses our bet. So, well.
Also, though, it wasn't expected to be as much of a walkover as it was, because Man United had previously only won one home game this season. And
yeah. So what I'll put to you is that I don't get Man United. I don't understand. Are they good or are they bad? Is Solskjaer a good manager or is he a bad manager? Because Man United currently sit 5 points off the top with a game in hand. But we ridicule Man United. We ridicule Solskjaer. We say, oh no, he's not just us. Media do it. It wasn't that long ago that we were talking about should Solskjaer be placed with RB Leipzig's manager.
Nagelsmann? Julian Nagelsmann.
So it wasn't that long ago that we were talking about should Man United have Nagelsmann as manager or should they have Pochettino as manager, But they sit third, 5 points off top with a game in hand. So what are they? I don't get it.
You do quite kind of question, how have they got to this position?
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen. In 4 weeks' time, we're going to say, Nagelsmann, I think he's the one for United. And then, come Easter, we'd be like, oh, Man United are good, aren't they? I just don't get it. I don't get them.
They have very much gone under the radar into third place, haven't they?
They've shot right up, yeah, exactly. In their last 7 Premier League games, they've won 6 and drawn 1. That form has gone unnoticed. Obviously, they lost the Champions League to PSG and Leipzig on the way, but 6-2 against Leeds, 3-2 against Sheffield United, 0-0 against Man City, 3-1 against West Ham, 3-2 against Southampton. Both of those not easy games in this Premier League season. Obviously, 1-0 against West Brom, 3-1 against Everton. I said the last time they lost a game was the 1st of November against Arsenal. And I reckon they said, oh God, we've lost against Arsenal. We should really buck up our ideas. It looks like they have. It looks like, the two different forms from that game. It's definitely one to look at. But I'm at a loss because they're in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. They've obviously got Everton. And then Boxing Day, they've got Leicester. That'll be a game to watch.
That would be a very good game. Yeah, second.
They've got Wolves and Villa after that. So still difficult games, but I don't know. How many... right, we've got to make a list of the through on goal 2020-2021 season of who we say, can they win the Premier League? We had Everton. We had Southampton's up there, I think. We've had Chelsea. We've had Leicester again. Liverpool, Tottenham, and now Man United. So out of the 20 teams, I think we've said 17.
I think we said Villa as well. I think we've said Villa.
Did we say Villa?
Because they started really well, didn't they? And I mean, even now...
We've said nearly half the Premier League table. Can they win the Premier League?
Even now with Villa... They've got 2 games in hand, and if they were to win them both, it would put them second. This is a crazy. I think the one team that we haven't mentioned, can they win it, is Man City. That's the one team in the top 9 that we haven't said can they win it.
And I'm pretty sure in our predictions at the beginning of the season,
we both had Man City to win.
To win.
So,
oh man, we should never do this. We should never make predictions.
So going by that, the only team in the top half that we haven't said can they win the league is West Ham. Can they win the league?
I'll never say that. No, I'll never say that. So let's go to the top of the league. Liverpool have, their goal difference is now miles better than it was before. Obviously, they were always that kind of bit behind Tottenham on the goal difference, but when you adding 7 to it helps.
Yeah,
top of the league.
That's made up for that game that you mention every week.
I'll stop now. Top of the league, quite comfortable. The game was, I can't believe just how easy that game was for Liverpool. Minamino scored. Now, he hasn't exactly hit the ground running.
Yeah.
And I think he missed quite a big chance in the second half. I say big chance. I think they were winning like 5-0 at the time. So don't really matter. But everyone just seemed to score. Minamino scored. Mane was very unhappy about coming off, and Salah went, well, tough, and scored 2.
Yeah.
One of them very nice in the top corner. Mane, his celebration, you've seen it all over Twitter. That celebration that he did for the fan. Oh,
really nice.
you love to see it. But comfortable. And Palace this season haven't exactly been an easy team to beat. They haven't. Now, Liverpool haven't. I've had a bit of a slower start to the season. I think it's fair to say than last season. I mean, last season, God, they were topped by how many points at Christmas? They hadn't lost a game.
10 points at Christmas, yeah.
It's a bit of a slower start, but now they sit they're top at Christmas, very comfortably top by 4 points, better goal difference than second. So can they win the Premier League?
I mean, they've got to be massive favourites now, haven't they?
I think
after the midweek win against Tottenham.
Yeah, that was. So we were all thinking that could be the game. Obviously, we had a prediction. I thought it'd be a score draw, and there was a point where it looked like Tottenham were holding off. If Bergwijn could hit a barn door, then obviously
Could have been a very different game.
Very different game, and obviously Kane missed a sitter as well with the header. But no, it's Liverpool must be. I can't think of a team right now better in form other than Man United.
Yeah, it's theirs to lose without a doubt, and yeah, they've
their
got
injury troubles.
Yeah, and then you got to think how long is it going to be before Alisson's injured again?
Yeah, but they've got an incredible backup in Kelleher. Amazing, best backup in the league.
But yeah, it's been a big week for Liverpool. It's really sort of cemented them at the top of the league.
Those 2 wins, huge, especially over that Rooney Tottenham, who have gone first to, I think they're now 5th.
They were 5th, yeah.
Yeah, one tier above London.
Yeah, because I did see something that it was before United played, so Tottenham was still 4th, and it was that just like London, Tottenham have gone from 2 to 4 between Thursday and Saturday.
Very quickly. Yeah, not an incredible game. I say not an incredible game. It was shocking. I was going to make a point on today's podcast because we've mentioned how Højbjerg has been instrumental for Tottenham, but one person I think we've not mentioned is Serge Aurier. His transformation at right back this season has been phenomenal. You're not nervous about him being right back. It's because he's got that competition with Doherty, because Doherty can do a job. We know he can. And he's become even against Liverpool, I know we lost, but he was a handful for Mane, and that's difficult to do. And I was going to do a big little thing saying, we should mention him. He's then said, don't mention me in this week's podcast, and then decided he wants to be an idiot. I don't get it. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
He's nowhere near the ball. Like it's Godfrey on the inside the area. Right. Like when I say inside the area, I'm talking like the corner, like the absolute corner of the penalty area, and he's chesting the ball away to the touchline. And Aurier decides, am I playing football or am I playing rugby? I think it's rugby. He just barges him in the back. Now it's the most obvious penalty I've ever seen. One thing I don't get with it is the referee just said play on. He's nowhere near the ball. He's completely just like body slammed him to the floor. And yeah, obviously Vardy does what Vardy does, and Alderweireld scored no goal. And as I said, they've gone to 4th now. Can Tottenham win the Premier League?
It's going to be tough from this position now, isn't it?
Yeah. Gareth Bale. We hyped. Bale, Son, Kane. Hyped. He's not been very good, has he?
Not yet, no. But is he properly match fit yet? That's the thing.
Yeah, he has been for a while. He's always on the bench. They just bring him on, and he comes in. He plays Europa League. No doubt he'll probably start in the quarterfinals against Stoke in the Carabao, but he's not. And you saw it kind of with Mourinho. Right, for Bergwijn's critics, he does track, but he's quick to get back. He plays that Mourinho way that he wants his wing backs to be defensive. I don't get that from Bale. Looking at when he came on, he looked a bit slow to get back, and maybe that's why Mourinho's just not playing him, because he's not.
Do you think maybe
he's not adapting?
Do you think maybe he'd be a little bit better suited? I know it's going to be difficult with Vinicius as well being in, but do you think he'd maybe be better suited centrally? Because he has played that position before.
I think he can play centre forward. I don't think we need him to though. I think Tottenham need him. Because even when they bring on at the 70th minute, they bring on Lucas. They don't even look to Bale. I don't know where he fits in.
Yeah, like you say,
He fits in over Bergwijn, but Bergwijn plays how Mourinho wants to play.
He's not a Mourinho player, is he?
Why bring him in?
Yeah, I mean, if you see that someone like that's available, you do it just on name.
I don't know, absolutely. And in the Europa League as well, he hasn't shown great amount of.
Yeah.
Oh, that's classic Bale. Like, to be fair, in the Europa League, I don't think we talked about it, but the free kick that he hit for Vinicius to score,
Unbelievable
free kick.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Hasn't really done a lot since then, has he?
No.
He had was it against Burnley? He scored the winner. Brighton. Yeah. But
I think that's his last Premier League start. No, I don't think he started a Premier League game actually.
No, I feel like he has started. Can't remember which game it was, but yeah, I feel like he's definitely started a game.
Oh, I don't know, but he doesn't. I mean, we're almost getting towards the halfway mark of the Premier League season. We're not far off, obviously Christmas time now. There's still a lot of games, obviously midweek there's still that Europa League, FA Cup, there's Carabao Cup still in. So there's still a lot of games for Bale to play and potentially, weave his way in, but he hasn't really shown
I mean,
a lot of.
It's a positive though that Spurs have got someone like Gareth Bale who is a rotation player. He'll be coming off the bench, he's going to be helping with the enormous amount of games that there always is over the Christmas period, that he's an option. And he's arguably third choice right wing at Tottenham, and there won't be a better third choice right wing at any other club.
No, absolutely not. Big Sam. Big Sam is back.
Yeah, 2020 has been a year of not a lot of normality, but seeing Big Sam at a struggling Premier League club, it just sort of brings you back to reality a little bit.
There he is. I mean, we'll brush over the first game that he's had in a few years in a relegation site with 3-0 against Villa. But
also, did you see they only had one shot?
Did they really? No, I watched.
And I think it was about 30 yards out.
Oh, good for him. Oh, was that Matt Phillips?
Might have been.
I feel like he had a shot. I don't know. But
if you saw West Brom have a shot, you saw West Brom's shot.
I saw the only shot.
Yeah.
The timing was a bit off. I think the writing was on the wall anyway. I think West Brom's owners have been in touch with Allardyce and said, right, after the City game, you'll be manager. And he's been like, that's fine. Fully expecting West Brom to lose comfortably to Man City. I mean, with the form they're on, I wouldn't put it past them. But they put on a good performance against Man City. Strong, a lot of desire, a lot of heart. And obviously in that conference where Bilic was like, I'm not worried about my future. Well, 24 hours later, he's sacked and replaced with Big Sam. And obviously today, a lot needs to happen in the summer transfer window to be staying up, I think.
Yeah, I think Bilic must have known before the Man City game that he was going the next day. That doesn't just come out of the blue. He must have known. And for him to stand on the sidelines and give it as much passion as he did on the first day of the job as he does on the last, knowing that he's getting sacked the next day, says a lot about Bilic. And I feel like he's been sort of under-respected, if that's a word, at jobs he's had before, because he was at West Ham and did a very good job, and then he got sacked, and he was a real fan's favourite at West Ham. And off the top of my head, I don't know if this is right, but maybe it was Sam Allardyce who replaced him back then as well. I can't remember, but I know.
No, I think it was Pellegrini.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Allardyce was before. Yeah, but I feel for Slaven Bilic. I think he'll do what he normally does after getting sacked by a Premier League club, which is go to a team in somewhere Eastern Europe, like Croatia, like maybe Israel or somewhere like that, which will be playing Europa League football, and then he'll come back and get a job at a bang average English team.
I would say the Derby job's available, but the way Rooney's been going recently, we'll touch upon that a bit later. But it's a shame. He's definitely a capable manager. He smashed it in the Championship, and we know he's capable in the Premier League with West Ham. I think what he'll do is he'll be a pundit on the World Cup, because that's just what he does. He's always pundit on the World Cup, and then he'll come back after. That's what I think he'll do.
I remember seeing, I think it was Jeff Stelling tweeted out saying that Slaven Bilic isn't a manager that needs to be sacked. He's a manager that needs to be backed, because they're struggling this season, because essentially all the signings that they made this summer were bringing back players that they had from on loan last season. They've barely improved on their squad from the Championship, and I think they brought in, is it Carlin Grant from Huddersfield, who's young, full of potential, but not the finished product right now. They brought in
Conor Gallagher as well.
Conor Gallagher on loan
from Chelsea, who
looks a player.
He's
and then they brought in Branislav Ivanovic, who Yeah, it'll be good for the
Experience.
changing room. It'll be good experience, but it's not massively strengthened on what they need. And when you're coming up from the Championship, it's not enough. You've seen teams spend £100 million before and go down. So
Fulham.
Yeah, but it's not enough, and I feel like he's been treated unfairly. And,
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I know Allardyce has never been relegated, but I think this is going to be a tough job for him to stay up.
No, I agree. It's good luck. I've got nothing against West Brom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they go up, they go up. They go down, they go down. You know what I mean? It's not something that's and like he's a character, Sam Allardyce, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's the forever my favourite moment was when he laughed at Chico Flores at Swansea when he dived. He just sat there and stood there and laughed at him. It's just brilliant. He's a real character, and it's good to see him back.
See, I thought your favourite moment was going to be that bit where he got Sunderland to stay up and he's almost stripping.
Semi-strip. Oh, yeah. I don't want to see that.
I think my favourite Allardyce... Actually, no, I've got two favourite Allardyce moments. One of which is... What was it?
Cool, must be good.
Oh no! One of which was when he was West Ham manager, and they beat Chelsea, and he was laughing at Mourinho. He can't hack that I've been at. He's been out
here, but
yeah, what was it 18th century football? The quote from Jose Mourinho. But my absolute favourite Sam Allardyce moment was in the famous video where he got stung as England manager. Is that he's drinking wine out of a pint glass.
I see your video, stung video, and I raise you the one in Ibiza where he's on the darts.
What about that? Oh, you know, if West Brom stay up, they are taking the squad up to Ibiza, and that's going to be him.
No, it's good to see. Obviously, he is known to keep teams up from relegation. Maybe he would have been better at Arsenal. I don't know. Shall we move on to Arsenal? As you know, we're talking about relegation. Right, okay. I say it's semi-tongue-in-cheek, but they are 4 points off the relegation zone, 14 games into the season. Come on. That's not top six. That's not best team in London form, is it?
Just don't know what's happening to them.
No,
really
I
don't.
We say it every week. Is it Arteta? Is it this? But something has to give eventually for them to at least find some form of improvement. Match of the day, the only thing that they could talk positively about was Kieran Tierney. And fair enough, I think he's a brilliant player. I think he's absolutely a solid. Even at Celtic, he's that hard-hitting, he's quite strong, but he's pacey, and he's a very good left back. And the relationship that he has with Saka down the left wing is showing. Like they always know where each other are, and he is a good left back. I think he's brilliant. Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah, I saw a stat. I think it was when Willian. Yeah, it was to do with Willian. I think he said he's only had one shot on target in his previous 11 Premier League games.
Oh, we love a good stat, but whew.
No, I know that. But you just look at their team, and where's the quality? Obviously,
Aubameyang's
out injured.
There is quality in that team, but they just don't. Where's the motivation? Where's the?
Because in truth, I've never been a fan of Rob Holding. I've never kind of got the hype with him. Then I like Tierney. I like Saka. Yeah. But then you got Nketiah, who really shouldn't. I like him, but he shouldn't be starting for a team whose ambitions are top 6, top 4. He should be out on loan to a team that is struggling. And then Pepe's been a flop, even though he scored penalty yesterday. Was it 60 million? And he's done nothing. And I mean, it's almost 2021, and El Nene's still starting for Arsenal.
Should they have loaned out Guendouzi?
Probably not.
He's doing brilliantly for Hertha Berlin, and he's even potentially getting a French call up with the next round of fixtures. That's so well he seems to be doing out there. They didn't like his discipline, didn't like his attitude, but would you argue he's showing some form of passion that the Arsenal team do not have right now?
Yeah, and it
was a bit cocky, don't get me wrong, but
he's an improvement on what they have. I'd definitely have him starting over El Nene.
Xhaka as well.
Yeah, well, Xhaka can't start, so...
but that's what I mean. It's like...
I feel like he offers more than... And then you think, Torreira, was he sold or was he loaned? Because he's another one who I would have over those two in midfield.
Sebelios as well. He's come from Real Madrid.
I quite like Sebelios, to be fair. He's quite a technical player, but...
Yeah, but he's not. He just doesn't seem to be... I don't know if it's just the style of play Arsenal doing, but he doesn't seem to be fitting in well. I don't know what it is with these Real Madrid loans, but in North London, but they're not going very well, are they?
But then also raises the question, when they're not creating enough chances, why are they still sort of outlawing Mesut Ozil?
Well, do you bring him back?
I would, absolutely. Because to be honest, it can't be any worse than what's happening at the moment.
But does that show desperation from the manager? Let's say, for example, that the players have been like, oh, don't mess with Arteta because, you know, he freezes you out. But then, hold on, actually, no, sorry, didn't mean that. Can you come back? Does it... Do you be stubborn and assert your authority? No, I said Ozil's not playing and he will not play for this team. Or do you do what Mancini did at Man City with Tevez and say, oh, actually, no, can you come back, please? And you know, he came back and,
Yeah, see, you see on Twitter, Ozil always tweeting, and he seems to have genuine love for the club, and that's...
Hates Piers Morgan, and we all love that.
That's kind of what Arsenal need at the moment, because it just doesn't seem like anybody's playing for the shirt, and it just seems like they're not good enough. But I still don't think Arteta's the problem.
No, but obviously sticking with Ozil, there's obviously a reason why he was frozen out in the first place. It's because he wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough. Wasn't showing the passion. Wasn't showing the desire to stay in the team. His performances weren't that good. So why would you then bring that back? There's your other argument. Yeah. There's a reason he was frozen out. He wasn't frozen out because he was very, very good and played for the shirt. No, but genuine.
But no, I do understand. But then also, because I would have him back. But then on the other hand, he doesn't fit this 3-4-3 system that Arsenal are playing, because he hasn't got the pace to play out on a wing, and he hasn't got the defensive mindset to be one of those two in the midfield. Yeah. So I don't know where he would fit in that system if that's a system they're going to stick with.
Well, January is going to be a big month for a lot of teams, I think. January transfer window has always been difficult to get players. Obviously, it was mainly loans, I feel. So that will be big for Arsenal, whether they get striker, maybe more of an attacking midfielder. There's talk of Eriksen, because Inter Milan want him gone. Yeah. You know, will he go? I don't know. Eriksen wants to play football, regardless of the Tottenham love that he has. Football's football. You can't rule it out, can you? So, and we'll talk about it very quickly, obviously, before we go into EFL. I thought Sheffield United had done it. Thought they'd done it.
I feel so sorry for them. Yeah. And did you watch the game today?
I saw a bit of it. I saw the tail end of it.
Did you see the red card?
Yes.
What's your thoughts?
I don't know.
I think it's a good, strong Yorkshire tackle, that is.
Yeah, it's like, this is what football has turned into. No, I get it, yeah.
You can say it's the follow through, you can say whatever, but I think it's a fair challenge. He's won the ball, he's won it tough. Yeah. If that was 10, 15 years ago, the ref would play on.
No, and I guess you've got to think of today's game, but would there be so much of an uproar if it wasn't, if they maybe shown a yellow card?
I think there would have been more of an uproar as it being a red card than it would have if it was given as the ref's original decision of a yellow card.
Yeah, the ref thought it was yellow. So that's what I mean. Like, the ref thought, okay.
So here's a question for you. So he's gone on Michael Oliver's advice, gone to view it on the monitor. Now, should the referees viewing it on the monitor be allowed to see it in slow motion? Because I don't think they should.
Slow motion makes everything. I'm sorry, but if a player is standing 3 yards away and the ball smacks their hand, in slow motion you think, he could have got his arm away. But you're not seeing the full momentum that the players bring in, to... Slow motion is very... What's the word for it?
Deceiving?
Deceiving I think it's the right word. It's just, by all means, show every single angle, and that's fine, but slow motion in tackles like that I don't think slow motion in general I don't think is worth it, because what does it prove? What does it prove? That's the question. What does seeing a tackle or seeing handball in slow motion do? How does it...
Also, with the decisions where the referee has gone across to the monitor, I don't think I've ever seen one where he hasn't changed his mind. He's always kind of...
I think there's...
It's probably been Mike Dean. Mike Dean would go across the monitor and say, you're wrong.
No, I think there's been one. I don't think it's not been many. No, I don't. Obviously, I'm struggling to think of one, but I feel like I remember there being talk of one.
As soon as they go across the monitor and it's slowed down and it's showed from 400 different angles, it's getting shown by the referee, by the official in Stockley Park for their sort of own their thinking, and that Michael Oliver must have seen that and thought red card. So he's given the angle and he's given the slow motion to what looks a red card. Yeah, because you see it in slow motion, frame by frame. The studs to making contact with the opposition's ankle. But you watch it in fast motion. I fully agree with you that they should be able to see every angle, but only in normal speed, because obviously in real time you can't slow the game down to see that. But you can have different perspectives of the action.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you see. The only thing slow motion's good for is a goal. I don't think anything else is pointless. If you see a slow motion goal in the top corner, you're thinking, wow.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I think the best slow motion goal of all time was Pavard's goal in the World Cup for France. Outside of the boot. You can see it going wide and just moving inside the post.
Yeah, Roberto Carlos against France as well. You know, that kind of, you think that's going miles wide. No, it's not. And one of the best things about the slow motion goals is the people behind the goal, where they realise that ball is just going in. You see it go mental. Another one of my favourite ever slow motions, very, very recently, was Company v Leicester.
Oh, because they have it on the Sky advert, don't they? And I feel so bad for that one person who's walking out as, that's got to be the worst moment of his life.
But no, seeing that, but how...
Also, talking of slow motion goals, big goal for the team I support, Mohamed Diarmi at Wembley against Sheffield Wednesday. What makes it so good in slow motion is that you see Tom Huddleston 15 yards off to the right of him in front, his arms going up because he sees it going in.
Yes.
Yeah, special.
Oh, I sense a segment coming on.
Yeah.
Not this week, but slow motion goals. I think, Elliot, we have missed a trick. We have a running theme every week of what manager's been sacked.
Yeah.
I think we keep choosing the wrong team.
We do,
I think we have to have now, from here point forward, has the Watford manager been sacked yet? Because we'd have content every other week.
Yeah.
We've got content for days with that.
Oh, I need to get up the old managers' names. But Watford are 5th in the Championship.
Yeah.
They're not doing badly. I mean, they lost to Huddersfield yesterday, but before that, they'd lost 3 games all season. So their old manager was Vladimir Ivic, who I think had done very well at PAOK, is it, the Greek team?
Yeah.
Done really well with them, sort of getting them up to the top end of the Greek league. And then did well again with Maccabi Tel Aviv in Israel. And he was doing a good job at Watford from what I was seeing. Obviously they were favourites to win the league, and they're not walking the league as some maybe expected.
But they're in the playoffs. They're in.
Yeah, they're still there or thereabouts. And what I really don't understand with the Watford hierarchy is how they think that this kind of biannual change can sort of have any sort of stability or any sort of success at the club.
There's 2 things that I don't get. One, why any manager would actually agree to take the Watford job, because you're just going to be unemployed within a year. The second one, now, I don't want to come across all Nigel Farage Brexit here, but why do they keep going for all of these random names from have played one season in the La Liga, Greek League, all this league? Nigel Pearson, all right? You know, why they go for all these bloody foreigners? What about all the English? That's not the point I'm trying to get across. But Nigel Pearson has experience in the Championship and the Premier League with Leicester. And he showed when he was put in charge of Watford, he put some fight into them. I know they still went down, but he won Manager of the Month.
They were very close to staying up.
Yeah, and obviously he wasn't given the job. Now, why do we keep going for these fancy named managers that, I don't know if the owners are just best mates with all these people, you might be able to do it, you might be able to do it, and get someone who has this experience. Bilic, I get slapped out Bilic. He's got that experience, in the Championship, especially with how the squad that Watford have got, especially in the position they're in. Bilic will get them up. I don't have any doubt about that. I don't think. I think they would have got them up. So I just don't. I don't get it.
Yeah. So this new manager who they've now brought in, I don't know whether it's pronounced Isco or Cisco. I'd go Cisco Munoz. So very good stat regarding him. Now with him coming in, with his name having an X and a Z in it, since October 2014, Watford managers have used every letter of the alphabet.
What? Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Which it's a good stat. There's probably not been a team that's done it quicker.
No, that's fair, yeah. Now, I'm fully aware that I've probably sounded like... Have you seen that video of Steve Evans where he's talking about Bielsa being in charge of Leeds? He's like, I don't know why they go for these. Why not go for someone who's got the pedigree, the Championship pedigree, like Mick McCarthy or something like that. I'm fully aware that this statement could full well bite me, and I don't doubt that I sounded, very Steve Evans, but I can't see it. Watford are just a sacking club until they get some stability.
I'll tell you the team that he's come from, and a little quiz question. Tell me which country it's from. So his previous team was Dynamo Tbilisi.
Dynamo. Yeah. I would guess off the top. I would guess if it's Dynamo, I'd guess Ukraine.
It's Georgia.
Oh,
yeah. But again, another completely random. I'm sure Tbilisi probably made it to like the playoff stages of the Europa League before getting knocked out to someone like Dundalk. I can only imagine that's what's happened, and then he's got the job off the back of it.
I don't know. It's to be seen. Obviously, they could still go up. It's not. I said the position they're in. If he does keep them in the playoffs, I don't think it would be a massive achievement on the new manager coming in, because it's just that's where they're playing at the moment before they sacked. I don't even bother learning the names.
Yeah, because they're gone before.
Yeah. What's the point? I've got to forget this guy's name in the next couple of weeks' podcast. So, quiz question for me, literally, when we do our first quiz in January, what's the Watford's manager name? I don't know.
So, just going back to Dynamo Tbilisi, they made it to the third round of the Europa League qualifying before losing 6-1 to a team called Klaksvika Itroka
Swedish. They have to be Swedish.
No,
with that name.
Faroe Islands.
Faroe.
And they lost 6-1 to them.
Right, okay. That'll get that's Premier League. That's Premier League managerial candidate right there.
I was looking up the team name because UEFA only have it down as KI, and I could see why after trying to pronounce that.
I don't know. Well, we shall see. Obviously, Swansea, Brentford, Watford, Middlesbrough make up the playoffs. Middlesbrough's a fair shock one considering their season last season, but you've got Neil Warnock.
Neil Warnock, yes.
They got Neil Warnock in charge, so he's known in that league. He's very good. And Stoke, Reading, and Bristol City aren't exactly massively far off either. And these are teams that don't. I know Reading have been in the Premier League, but you don't really associate these teams in the Premier League. So, obviously Stoke, but I'd be interested. Obviously Norwich, Bournemouth are very comfortable. Norwich quite comfortably top
at the moment,
to be fair. Bournemouth are doing well. Let's talk about Rooney though, as interim manager at Derby. They're becoming a bit of a tough team to beat at the moment.
So since Rooney has taken sole responsibility of the managerial job, he is unbeaten. Their last game that they lost, he was in the team and he was on as part of this management group. But as sole manager, he's still unbeaten. And Derby didn't play this weekend because an hour and a half before kick-off, Rotherham discovered they had COVID. But
I'm pretty sure as well they've kept a clean sheet. I don't think he's as sole manager. I don't think they've conceded.
I think they can.
Or only one or two.
He was in charge against Wycombe when it was 1-0.
Oh, okay, Wycombe.
But yeah, no, he's.
Oh yeah, Wycombe 1-0, Coventry 1-0, and then 1-1-0, drew 0-0, drew 0-0, 1-2-0.
I mean, there's not a lot of goals there, but it's like you say, if you don't concede, you can't lose.
No, exactly. So yeah, no, that's very true. So are we naming the hat? New owners?
I mean, he's got to be given a chance, maybe.
But do you think? I mean, no disrespect to Rooney. Okay, he's 35. Yeah, he's not the player he used to be. You're not, always going to be high. You lose some pace and everything. Yeah. But he's still a capable player, championship-wise.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He hasn't been very good this season for Derby. I'm not going to lie. He's from obviously follow Derby, but
you and your Derby shirt at the moment.
Yeah. But do you see him calling time on his playing career? Will he say, "Okay, that's it, I'm done"? I don't think he would.
No,
I think he'd want at least a couple more seasons.
Yeah, because I think that if the new owner's ambition is to get in the Premier League double quick, then he would want to go back and play at Old Trafford at 37 years old or something.
Yeah, and you think as well, like he has put his name in the hat as to be, Derby manager, and I don't doubt that. And it's good maturity from him as well to literally say, "I'm taking myself out the team. I've not been playing well. I need to look at this from a manager's point of view." Since he's done that, they've played brilliant.
Yeah.
So maybe it is time that he calls on. Maybe he looks at his managing career starting to take off and think, I'm doing all right here. It's a good kickstart for me.
Well, maybe if you were the new owners, would you perhaps say, okay, you're full-time assistant manager and you bring in someone like a Rafa Benitez, someone like that who you can work under sort of as a very much his right-hand man. I think, but he was still a player at that stage.
Yeah, but I don't know if he'd want to stop playing to be an assistant manager.
Right.
I think he'll be looking at the likes of Lampard, Gerrard,
yeah,
wanting, like John Terry's doing it. He called time his playing career at Villa and went straight to be pretty much assistant coach with Dean Smith, and it's working out well this season for him, definitely. So there's definitely a way to do that. But if John Terry had been put in interim charge at Villa and he's, they're starting to go on the runner form, would you then say, "Brilliant, thank you for that. You're now demoted"? I say that in quotation marks, demoted to assistant manager. manager while we get the guy that we wanted. Would you not feel a little bit hard done by? Because you're like, well, hold on, look at what I'm doing.
I suppose so. But then is it the kind of thing that the owners maybe don't feel the confidence that he plays attacking enough football and scores enough goals to get promotion? And
no, that yeah, of course. Obviously, he's still, he's 5 games into his technically managerial career. There's still a long way to go, absolutely. Obviously, Rome's not building a day, if you want to do the old cliches. Gerrard's first season at Rangers, it was all right. Second season, God, look at him.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard's first season at Derby, he got them to the playoff final, and now he's playing he's managing Champions League football with Chelsea in his second season. So I don't know. I say give him a chance. Go. Yeah, give him a January transfer window for Rooney to find the players that he wants, and then after January it works. But there's no harm in sticking him. Give it Rooney end of the season. Give it Giggs. Give it Giggs. Give it Rooney to the end of the season, and then let him pick his team. Because the teams that he's picking are working. Let him find the players that he thinks that he needs. I'm sure he'll get a budget with the new owners, believe me. And then he's got connections at United. You get a couple of good United youngsters in. I reckon Everton as well might have a few. And then, like Lampard did with Tomori and Mason Mount, at Derby. And if they get upper mid-table, considering the start of the season they had, what's the harm?
I think the owners' sort of worry will still be that relegation is still a very possible reality.
It is.
So maybe you just need to, just have someone come in, get that done, get it out of the way so that you won't be going down.
But you lie the same risk of, what if someone who comes in new to Derby doesn't really know the Derby team?
I suppose so.
There's so many different.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing him as keeper, staying on as manager. Actually, I think I would like to see it. I don't know what's more shocking: Gillingham winning a game, or the fact that they scored more than one,
or more than 3,
or more than 3. They scored 4-1. Oh, gutted about the conceding the goal like the last minute, but Gillingham scored 4 goals. Kinde on the score sheet with 2. That's a good win. Now I say it every week: will Gillingham get promoted? They absolutely bloody will. And Hull, with the form they're on a little bit, I think my prediction could be correct with the playoffs.
Beating us in the playoffs, but
Yes, I'm happy this week. It's been a good week.
Yeah, I'm not so much.
I feel like you've got more to say than me, though. So
there's a whole mess bubbling under at Hull City with Keane Lewis Potter, probably our best player, 19 years old, Hull-born lad, wants to play football. There's a clause in his contract that if he starts one more game, that we've got to give him a pay rise. And our owners, being our owners, want to just spend as little money as possible and not give the lad who deserves a pay rise a pay rise. And it's obviously caused problems because we haven't performed since that kind of drama started. I think what our owners don't understand is that the cost of giving a 19-year-old a decent enough pay rise that he deserves is going to be a lot less than the cost to the club of staying in League One for another season.
Yeah. Now Hull, they were run a form that they were on top of the league for a good period of time.
I think at one stage
went
into
second
by 4 points.
Yes, now you're only in the playoffs by 3 points. That's worrying because Accrington Stanley have 3 games in hand and they're on 30 points. They win all 3 of those games, they're top of the league. Pushes Hull down to 4th. You've then got Charlton, game in hand. They win that, they're on 34, level with Hull. Do you know what I mean? It pushes them down. So Gillingham, 6 points off. Now, I don't want to say that we're I respect you. Godfather's my son. Respect you. But there's nothing more that I would love to see than Gillingham beating Hull to the playoffs. Not just in the playoffs, the playoffs.
What, you'd love to see us finish 7th?
Gillingham finished 6th. Just that 1 point above them.
You'd prefer that than a day out at Wembley?
I'd still have the day out at Wembley. You wouldn't.
But you would prefer us finishing 7th than us both making the effort to go to Wembley, sitting opposite ends, and you gloating all the way back?
I'm potentially gloating, that's the thing. Potentially. In my scenario, I'm still gloating. Regardless of if we win or lose the playoffs, I still gloat.
Yeah.
But no, of course.
Just a big mess with us at the moment, and because we were due to play Sunderland on Boxing Day, Sunderland have got COVID, we now don't play until the 29th of December, which gives our players a bit of a break. Hopefully gives us a bit of time to sort out the drama that's going on behind the scenes, and we go in at home to Lincoln and then we play Charlton. 2 massive games straight off the bat, and if things haven't turned around, we could well see ourselves out of the playoffs in the next week or 2.
Gillingham frustrate me because they go on this stupid form of losing 5 in a row, and then they're unbeaten in 4 games where they win 3, draw 1, and then they get your hopes up just by a little bit. They get the hopes up. and then they go and lose 2 or 3 games in a row again.
Yeah.
And then they win today. They win yesterday 4-1, and you're thinking, okay, hold on a minute. 6 points off playoffs. It's doable. We're not so far off. All it takes is a good run of form and a couple of teams above you to lose track. And Gillingham will probably win the next 3 or 4. And I'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then they'll lose the next 6. Then they'll win the next 3, lose the next 2. I just don't get, there's no consistency with this Gillingham team that I can get excited or not excited about playoffs. I'm excited about playoffs because we won a game. This is it. It's build upon it. Then we'll lose the next 3. I'm thinking, okay, well, hashtag Gillingham do something because we've been in League One since I've been at uni for 6 years.
Yeah.
And then there's, hold on. I just next, the game against Peterborough's been postponed, obviously, I think, because everyone's got COVID.
League One's got COVID.
And then we got Northampton, Plymouth, Burton. Now,
they're all winnable.
They're games that I think are winnable. Like, Plymouth are on the same kind of form as Gillingham. Northampton aren't doing very good, and Burton are not doing very good. But these are the teams, but Burton and Northampton, I probably can't wait for Gillingham.
Yeah.
Because these are the kind of games that Gillingham just lose, and it's just, or drop points against when you shouldn't. If you want to be that team that wants to challenge for the championship, you've got to be able to beat the teams that are struggling. And at the moment, it doesn't look like both of our teams are doing that. So
it's a long old season though, and we'll have to see what happens.
But we talk also, we've talked about Kenny Jackett, obviously not being Portsmouth fans' favourites. They're sitting top of the league.
Yeah, it's the first time in I think 2 years that they'd even made it into the top 2.
Ages, yeah, because they went straight to League 2, didn't they? And we're thinking, right, they'll come back up now. They've just been in League 1 ever since that promotion to League 2. They've kind of just been playoff-ish around the playoff League 1 side. They're now top 17, got best goal difference in the league. They've only conceded 15 and scored 32. I mean, that's comfortable.
Yeah.
But you look at from 8th to 1st, 5 points separate them. Mental.
Yeah, no, it really is a competitive league, isn't it? Now,
Yes, it really is.
I was starting to think a couple of weeks ago that we were starting to build a lead. We were 4 points. We were top by 4 points. Here we go. We can start to build a lead. We can maybe be 7 or 8 points clear at Christmas. Nope, we're 3rd. And yeah, I mean, it must be great for the neutrals to see it happening. But
my prediction was Hull to get playoffs, so I'm still semi on track. I just need that last little jigsaw puzzle piece in the form of the mighty Gills to be there, and then we've got it. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I'm semi enjoying it.
No, I know you are,
because your tweets of HMS
win the league
are slowly getting worse.
Yeah,
the ship is very, very much sinking. So.
Oh, God.
But no, from a footballer perspective, I like it. But obviously from a personal perspective, don't like seeing you down.
You've been used to it, haven't you, with me being a City fan?
I can't remember the last time I ever saw Hull win. And then
I can't remember the last time you saw me happy.
Our segment of have Schalke sack their manager is now to an end. I'll tell you what, if we were as good as predicting managerial sackings as we were any other thing that we do on this bloody podcast, we'd be all right. But instead, no, Schalke decide, it's about time. Have you seen that Twitter account, images that precede unfortunate events and stuff like that?
Oh, okay.
It's always just something like, I think the game today, one of them today was the Leeds Twitter account saying, and we're underway.
Oh,
obviously, yeah, you see that. The first one was Schalke, first game of 2020. This is going to be a good year.
Oh, no.
Oh, it hasn't. It's like that Boris Johnson,
I'm still shocked that Boris Johnson tweet hasn't been deleted.
But
yeah, so
there's still time.
Yeah.
There's still time for it to be a good year.
It would take some doing, wouldn't it, with 10 days to go? Yeah. But yeah, so Manuel Baum is no longer the Schalke manager, but that has not changed their fortunes because they lost 1-0 at home to Arminia Bielefeld, something like that.
Oh yeah, get their manager in at Watford.
But yeah, they were only 3 points above Schalke. They're now 6 points above them. And yeah, if you're not winning that, then you're not winning anything, let's be honest.
So get Poch. Eddie Howe, he's available.
Eddie Howe.
Hello, Curbishley.
Yeah, Curbs. Pardew's not in a job, is he? Oh, no, he is.
He's technical director
in
somewhere in the
Cyprus
Faroe
or something.
I don't know where he is, but he's doing something along with
somewhere
Mick McCarthy.
sunny.
Mick McCarthy as well. Where is he? He's in Georgia, I think, isn't he? Or something like that.
You know why he's doing that, don't you? It'll make him eligible for the Watford job.
Watford, that's it. He wants that Watford job, so he's going to any random club in Eastern Europe.
He's putting a few accents on the I in his name.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, that's the end of that segment. Obviously, our new segment is Has the Watford manager been sacked yet? So I can't wait for that to come to an end at the end of the season. We pick another one. Yep. That's really our European roundup. I've got really much to say. Right then, we come on to No Context News to end the podcast, where I challenge Elliot to find the most random news headline from around the world that makes me think. I have no idea what he goes for, but I have challenged him, as it is our last podcast before Christmas, to find a Christmassy headline. He says he has. So, Elliot, take it away before we end.
So, for this one, we've gone international. We've gone from the New York Post, and the headline is simply, Thief steals car tyre and swaps it with frozen turkey. The first line underneath says, that's a foul move.
Oh, my God.
But,
God,
yeah,
dear.
So that's No Context News. That's the end of our Christmas special, I suppose. And
well, nothing next week's the Christmas special, isn't it, technically? I don't know. All next week is Boxing Day.
It's between Christmas. We'll be recording day after Boxing Day, won't we?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I suppose this has been our Christmas special.
It's not been more Christmassy.
Yeah.
If we'd realised that at the start of the podcast, it probably would have been a little bit more Christmassy. Well, I don't know.
Merry Christmas to everyone, and yeah, thank you for listening.
Absolutely. I want to say, Mr. Johnson hasn't exactly made it very easy for us over the Christmas period. I know my good friend Elliot and my entire family are now in tier 4, where there is no Christmas bubble, and obviously that's put a stop to my plans of seeing you and seeing my family at Christmas. And it wasn't nice. It wasn't a very nice thing to hear, but it's difficult to convey some emotion here because obviously I miss everyone. You're not alone, basically. I hope this podcast can at least bring you some sort of cheer, some sort of laughs. We hope it's an escape for you. We do. It's been an escape for us, and we absolutely love doing it, and we'll be doing it for many, many years to come, and we love it. So to everyone out there that's listening, whether you're just family or new listeners or anyone, have a great Christmas. No matter what you're doing, no matter if you're just there with your family, if you've got friends coming around, have an absolutely smashing Christmas. We'll see you after Christmas, where we talk nothing but the Boxing Day fixtures, and then we've got a special bonus episode coming at the end of the year, our New Year's Eve special, where we're doing a big fat quiz 2020 football. Cannot wait for that.
It's gonna be
I'm very, very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, cannot wait. That's going to be a good one.
Yes. So have an absolutely cracking Christmas. I've been Sam.
Yes. I've been Elliot.
Yes. Have a
good Christmas.
Sam. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Elliot.
I did say I've been Elliot.
Oh, did you? I thought I just said you say yes.
I did. Didn't just say yes. I mean, we'll hear it back. I probably did.
We'll see you. Yeah. We'll see you soon. I've already said that. Bye.
You've already said that.
Just bye. I'm ending it now. See you later. See you next week.
Bye. Happy Christmas.